Welcome back to part 3 of the series. If you haven't watched part 1 and 2, they will be in the description below. Okay, so let's get started. Here I am holding options and clicking and dragging the text. I do the same thing here, holding option and clicking and dragging. To zoom in, I'm holding command and then scrolling up. Just going in here to remove that underline. I click on both of these and I'm holding shift as I do that. Then I press shift A to auto layout. Then I'm drawing a line and I'm making that 1440 width. I take the line and the frame and then I make that an auto layout. Again, shift A. And then I go to the top frame and make that fill container so it goes all the way. Then I go to the space between and make it 64. Then I go to the left and right padding and give that a 64. I press T on my keyboard and then I type out some text. I go into my plugin, Iconify, and I get some icons. Here I have Instagram's icon right here. I then insert that into the file. Then I press Command D to duplicate, and then I go into Iconify again and find another icon. I do the same thing. I duplicate Command D, and then I go into Iconify and I replace this icon with another one. I click, I drag, and then I make this a auto layout. Before I do that, I change the color to white. I click all three of these, holding shift and clicking each of those, then shift A for auto layout. I change the space in between to 16 and then I change it to 24. I click on those icons and then the text and I make that an auto layout frame, shift A. Then I move that into the frame that I created before. I press D-pad down to move it below the line. Then I fill in the container. I click on the frame and then I give that a vertical padding of 32 and a bottom padding of 32. I fill in the container and I give it this navy blue. I zoom into these icons. I'm holding Command and zooming in, scrolling in. Then I go to these icons, I press K on my keyboard, and then I scale it up. I do the same thing here. I'm pressing K on my keyboard and increasing the size of this icon so it is a similar size. I go to the line and I see that there is an angle on it, so I give that a 0. It should be straight. I take the footer and then I move it to our landing page. I click on the line and then I go to change the color to that right there. And then I give that a weight of 2. And then I make the line round. And over here, I'm just going to this image over here to make sure it appears. For some reason, it isn't showing. That is the end of this landing page tutorial. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below.